Hello. Don't worry, everybody. The stream is not broken. I just had to, kind of change things out and restart the link. So, hi. I am Dirk the Red Panda alongside Lin Hu and Zachary.
I exist still.
Yeah, we're still here.
Yeah, so in 4 minutes, we will kick off the votes. Basically, my obligation, my rule in the rulebooks is to always hit the switch on and off live, so people know when things start and end, and so it's a valid vote. Yeah, along with the results, so that is what we will be waiting for. So basically, these are, these are the 4 matches, actually, for the Elite 8, so this is where it's going to be. I am hyperlinking the matches to this. Bam. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on each match? We can now do one at a time since there's only 4 left. So let's start off with Shuichi and Tyson. Thoughts on that, guys?
Well, go ahead, Zachary.
Okay.
No.
Honestly, it's a very hard choice for me. I like them both in their own games respectively, for who they are. Honestly, I love them both to death, but I can't. It's hard for me to pick between both of them. But if people lash out for me, go right ahead. But I personally will pick Tyson for me.
Okay. Interesting. What do you think, Chris?
Well, I know exactly who I would vote for in that. There's no decision for me here. Just, okay, that's it, Shuichi. But I think it's going to be quite a tight race, seeing how well Tyson's been doing recently. He's done a lot better than I thought he would. Nice to see some from Password come this far. Yeah. I didn't think it'd be Tyson, though, so my money would be on Shuichi winning this, but I think it's going to be close, and there could be an upset there.
I definitely think the same thing here, and of course, you know me, everybody knows that I think Shuichi is best boy, but that's kind of how I have to vote. But I still think Tyson, like you guys said, he's such a good competitor, and yeah, for his seeding, he is surprisingly strong. He has been the Cinderella story of March Madness, beating out strong characters like Coach Grifter in round 1, Bowser in round 2, and even Haida in round 3. He has had one of the hardest routes coming up to the present match today. So having to face 2 non-visual novel characters, and the first one being the favored extracurricular activities character, it's been impressive seeing his run here. And although Shuichi's route may have been somewhat easier, he still has been a strong competitor, having to beat out characters like Galheim in the 2nd round from Beastars, and then June from Tennis Ace in the 3rd round, who could have even beaten out most other people in their own matches for the Sweet 16. Just an unfortunate matchup coincidence, but that's kind of what happens when you're in a bracket. Alright, so before we analyze the next 3 and do our own analysis here, I am going to count down to opening up the polls. I will paste the poll at 4:15 and hit the switch on in, let me see my clock, 25 seconds. Here we go.
Let's all do a countdown from 10 the moment he starts saying 10.
Okay, no worries. I'm using the clock app on my iPhone for when the little arrow hits like the 10. Alright, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 6,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the polls have been opened, and I am pasting it in the chat. Here we go. It's also pasted in the YouTube description if you guys want. Do you guys want me to paste it in our Discord group?
I mean, like, I'm already on the thing right now.
Okay, I'm gonna post it in my Dirk the Red Panda server right now, of course.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot.
Okay. Okay, matchup polls. Here we go. The music is really hyping me up for it. Here we go. It's also in Discord now, so all I have to do now is post it on Twitter, and we should be good to go.
thought it was going to be longer, but it was shorter.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'm not going to show the results there, sorry. Now to go to Twitter. And I have to pull up the results, or not the results, the candidates for the Elite Eight to congratulate their creators. So, here we go. Opening up my thingamabob. Yeah. Here we go. So, the Elite Eight for March Madness starts now. Okay, time to open up my Twitter shoutouts text edit file. Okay, so I have to delete June out. Sorry. Have to delete out Keisuke. Sorry. I have to keep apologizing to all these characters. Okay, deleting out Nikolai. So yeah, 2 Adastra characters. Agretzko's out. Dine Wolf is out. Fox and Nick Wild, they're out. Here we go. Maybe I can post all of them in a single post. Here. Oh no! Nekajishi is just too many words for it. This is a dilemma.
Oh, what happened?
There's just too many letters in this one, so I'm trying to figure out how I should shorten it.
Well, we could do what you did last time and space it out.
Yeah.
Like,
part 1 of 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Part 1 of 2. Even the part 1 of 2 is too much. Okay.
So let me get all this set up. How are you all?
Okay, there we go. Just had to delete that. Okay, perfect. Yes, how are you guys? Keep them entertained.
Okay, so
okay, it's been posted to Twitter.
Guys, just to know, has anybody ever heard of the Trail series? Like Trails in the Sky or Trails of Cold Steel? I need to know how many people know this series. There, that's the entertainment.
There it is. Okay, now I'm done. So, alright, so now let's go back to our analysis. So we did Shuichi and Tyson before we kicked off the polls. So next matchup we should analyze is Lin Hu from Nekajishi versus Legoshi from Beastars. Alright, what are your guys' thoughts?
I don't know. This is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
They're both are really good competitors, and people will love them both respectively as well. So, my money, my cousin definitely put Legoshi, but I'll probably side with Lin Hu, I guess.
All right.
I heard a lot of good things from him, so might as well.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult one for me, because basically I just know Legoshi through comments and tweets, that kind of thing. I haven't actually seen Beastars.
Oh, you gotta see it.
So, that's what I've been told. So yeah. I don't have a lot to go with him, whereas I know Lin Hu very well. I've played all through Nekajishi. So I'd probably have to go with Lin Hu, but exactly who would win. I think it could be quite a tight one. They're both well-known characters, and they both have their fan bases. I think that's going to be a really tight one.
Right.
Because man, because Legoshi is fan base is about to get even bigger with the new Nintendo game coming out.
Yep, pandering. Here we go. Nekojushi and Partners coming out. I think somebody said next year in the last chat. First, I'm going to export this as a. Oh no, wrong document. I didn't not mean to export this one. I'm trying to export the bracket as a PDF just so I can give my educated analysis. Where is it? Download as PDF. All right. Margins narrow. Export. Okay, we're good. Sorry. But back to the real analysis here. There it is. Yeah, Legoshi has kind of had an easier run until he hit Jack in the Sweet 16 round. He beat out Conrad 93% to 8. It should be 92, but whatever, I couldn't count. Oh, it's probably rounding, that's why. But yeah, Legoshi had an easy first round and had a very strong second round. He's been a very strong contender in all 3 rounds, not having gone under 74% in any of his voting rounds. So he is very loved and very popular, especially amongst the Beastars community. But you have Lin Hu on the other hand, who is a very loved character from the Nekojushi community. He was like Legoshi in the first 2 rounds, where he was 70% and above with his victories, very dominant against Chris from Santa Lucia and Sissel from Repeat, one of the favors from Repeat, mind you. So he's done a good job at like really bringing the Nekojushi fan base together. And when it came to Nikolai, that's where it got really close, and that was probably, in my opinion, the biggest toss-up for the votes in terms of who would be able to advance. And so, yeah, since Lin Hu had the popularity edge, he made it out. But the thing is, now he's finally meeting a competitor who has the same popularity level as him in terms of being more mainstream amongst the community. I would say, if we're going off a personal opinion like you guys, I would have to say Legoshi, because I am more familiar with Beastars. I watched the full first season of it on Netflix. I've read the first 57 chapters of the manga. Lin Hu, for Nekojushi, I've only watched a couple of episodes of people playing it, so I can't really side with Lin Hu here. So I'm going with Nekojushi. I'm going with Legoshi on this one, but like I'm thinking, this one is going to be neck and neck, and probably will be the closest matchup. Alright, apologies for boring you guys with the long description there, but we have as our third match, Yuuichi and Leecoll. This one could be interesting because Yuuichi is a bit smaller. I'm assuming he has the smallest fan base and is kind of the underdog amongst all these 8. What do you guys have to say about that?
I kind of agree with that. Like Yuuichi, in my opinion, is okay at best, but I'm gonna get it. I don't know what to say, but I feel like versus Leecoll, I don't know what to say from Yuuichi
Right.
in this scenario for how it's going to turn out for him.
Right.
I'm expecting around the numbers of at least 40 to 30% for Yuuichi, but I could be wrong.
Right.
Like again, it's a thing. It's a fan base. If you all want this, gotta pay. Play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not
gotta pay it forward in a sense. Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I think you have a good point there, Dirk. That I think Yuuichi does have the smallest fan base out of everyone in this. Maybe partly because he's an MC and they seem to get less love than the other characters for various reasons.
Right.
But he's very popular, though. He's come this far as an MC, so I wouldn't write him off. I think Leecoll is probably going to get this match. but I think it's going to be, yeah, maybe around 60-40 in Niccolo's favour.
Right.
But, yeah, don't write off Yuuichi quite yet, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see a close match.
Definitely. Those are some good thoughts, guys, on that. I'm feeling the same way with that, and like I mentioned, Yuuichi having the smallest fan base amongst the 8, since, you know, it's a best boy bracket, and usually the characters that are shown are from a third-person perspective, or, you know, they're not a first-person perspective character like Yuuichi. And looking at Yuuichi, he is similar to Tyson in a sense, in that he's always been the underdog in his matches, and even then, he had some tough matches with it. His first round was against Murdoch from the Smoke Room, so that was a, you know, kind of equal match in terms of their seeding and their popularity. But then he had to go up against Greg from Night in the Woods, the most popular character from our jury vote and from the popular vote. And so, I mean, from the popular vote for Night in the Woods, of course. It's only between him and Angus, but even then, we thought Greg was going to pull that one off, and Yuuichi edged him out with a surprising 18% victory, and had an even bigger victory against Fox from Star Fox. So Yuuichi is such a dark horse in this that you really don't know how he's going to turn out. But as for Leecoll, he is a strong favorite like Lin Hu. He is really a strong fan base for him. Like, he's taken out characters from Afterclass, taken out characters from even Zootopia. He beat Nick Wilde in the last round. That is saying a lot, to beat out a character as big as Nick Wilde. So even though Leecoll's path may have been easier, Yuichi's fans and people who vote for Yuuichi can really shock us here. Leecoll is, I wouldn't say he's a side character. Of course, he's one of the main characters, but, you know, in terms of, you know, his presence amongst the MCs, like, you know, Root and all that, he kind of is always like the second man. He always seems like he's, you know, people will love Leecoll and some people choose for the Leecoll route, but Leecoll has been known to kind of just, you know, kind of fall to the wayside sometimes in some of the later events when Lin Hu and Shuichi go off against each other. But those are from the few episodes of experience that I know. And Yuuichi has been one of the most well-developed main characters. So it's interesting seeing a popular character who's, you know, had a lot of love but has been underrated in his own novel, and Yuuichi being a character that's, you know, that's the MC. So tying everything back together, long story short, I would have to personally go for Yuuichi from my, you know, love and experience of Tennis Ace, and I think Yuuichi as a character, from my experiences compared to Leecoll, which are not as many, I'd say Yuuichi is more developed, more interesting character, and has more best boy qualities than Leecoll. Controversial as that is, I totally understand Leecoll winning this out. I think, personally, it might be a bit more one-sided. It might be like 70-30, in my opinion, like Zachary said. So yes, I am picking Yuuichi on that. And finally, last but not least, we have Amicus from Adastra versus Nefaru from Adastra. The battle of the Adastran characters. Adastran versus Kimian. What do you guys have to think?
Well, for me starting out, I guess I will. I'd say it's gonna be very interesting, to say the least. They both had, at least in my opinion, tough matches to go upon, and to say the most, they both in the respective games have the traits that I would say that would be qualifying as best boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
In some capacity to degree, but
exactly,
it's hard to say for me which one I would actually go for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you're kind of gonna go on coin flip in a sense.
Yes,
if you had to
that's
pick.
actually what I did when I voted for them. It's actually what I did.
Yes, I feel that same way sometimes. So, Grizz, what do you have to say about it?
Well, it's the war all over again, isn't it?
Seriously.
Yeah, but it's a fairly easy decision for me to make with this one, who I would go for. Because as Virginia and other people have pointed out, actually, within Ad Astra, we can rely on Amicus to be Amicus. Whereas Neferu, he can be what he thinks people want to see. I trust him more than certain people. Alex?
Yep, yes.
But yeah, he is a little slippery in that sense of exactly who is Neferu. I think maybe in the future, if the MC does get to work with him a lot more, well, he'd probably find out more. But as it is right now, yeah, I don't quite trust Neferu. So I definitely have to go with Amicus. And I think Amicus is probably going to win this one.
Right.
I don't know how much by. It might be a close one, it might not. But I think Amicus has the most fans here between those two anyway. So I think Amicus is going to win this one.
Not definitely. If I'm going to like highlight their journeys here, Neferu had a decent run up to here. He was originally losing in the first round, I remember, when we did the first round to Adder from the Hayseed Knight, only to pull it off in the end with a commanding victory. But then he went up against a, well-touted KK Slider from Animal Crossing New Horizons, who had a high seeding, but he ended up beating KK Slider 85 to 15%. A clear victory. And his final match before this one against Spencer from Extracurricular Activities was a very tight run. So his journey here has been all but stable. As for Amicus, we know the whole story about his first round and the controversy that followed him. He also was originally possibly not going to win the first round due to some of the voting complications, but even then, he still had a really tight race with Leo from Echo, who also had a strong base. And then in the following rounds, he had some easier matches when you see his voting percentage. He had some dominant victories, both of them above 80%, against Dean and Case K, respectively. Dean from Password, Case K from Tennis Ace. But if we're looking in terms of story, since they're both from the same universe, Amicus is really lovable in terms of personality and his leadership skills. He always seems to be like confident and in control with things, even though when things were starting to fall apart in the world. As for Neferu, he's been very kind of swept under the rug, at least by his family and all that. He's not been one to really get the spotlight with things, but he has always been one to try and mediate things, despite seeing him being kind of a mystery of a character. At one point, you see him totally getting on the Amicus and the MC's nerves, and then on the other hand, you see him basically saving the MC and Amicus. So, seeing that, it's like, you sometimes think that maybe Neferu's save of like Marco or the MC what basically made Amicus be the Emperor and all this kind of unfolding. But at the end of the day, I would say in terms of popularity, Amicus is a clear victor, at least in terms of the popular vote from the regional round. I think it might be more one-sided. This and the match above it are probably going to be the more one-sided type of matches, but we can't confirm that. We think that the matches themselves could be closer than we expect. There's no clear victor here, but there is a clear favor. So, those are the 4 matches for the Elite 8. I'm going to post this bracket here into the Discord chat in a bit after we end this stream. So, yep, these are the Elite 8 matches. The polls will end Sunday, and if nobody has any questions for our jury members, then that will be it for the stream. Yes, don't trust the cap, referring to Yeah.
I just get that vibe from from those old commercials, especially the ones with the video games. I remember one fondly. It's like, I think it was like, build an army, trust no one, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah. It's very
How do you-
backwards.
Like, don't you have to be like charismatic to build an army? Don't you have to be like really, really leadership-ish? Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, you have to be assertive, and stuff to build an army, but at the same time, you're trusting no one.
Sounds like Virginia on a Dasher, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that last update, it was like, whew, like, you know, we kind of started to realize, like, kind of what happened with their parents, at least, and all that stuff. But, yeah, this isn't about a Dasher entirely, but I'm going to quickly vote for my 4 favors based on what I mentioned earlier and who I think would be the winner or who I think should win. So, if you see my screen, I am voting for Legoshi over Lin Hu. I'm going to go Yuuichi over Leecoll, even though that's more of a underdog type of thing. Then I am going to go for Amicus over Inafaro. I guess I didn't really answer that question earlier, sorry. And of course I have to vote Shuichi. I'm sorry, Tyson, but I love you, but, you know, things gotta be this way. So, bam. My response has been recorded. Okay. I'm going to just double check to see that my settings are correct. I want to make sure that, yeah, limit to 1 response. Good. I was nervous I forgot to do that, so.
Well, at least you did it.
Yes. Alright, so. Yeah, if you guys don't have any questions, I think we'll end things here. You guys can always ask me questions on the Questions and Concerns channel on my Discord under March Madness category. And
Any more questions, we're always here to help.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We're mods. So yeah, C is always the correct answer. Exactly. Alright, so that is it for the Elite 8 kickoff. I will see you guys back here on Sunday if I'm not streaming anything else. I might stream Password tonight. I've been really bad at delaying that, but, you know, trying to get schoolwork done, trying to balance family out. I don't think there's been another update for Password yet. Like, I'm still trying to get through days 9 and 10 of Tyson, and then from there... Really?
Yeah, but
like
not for the
day
roots
11?
you play.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. This is it for the stream. At one point, we had 4 likes and 20 viewers. I was very happy about that. I should have screenshotted that, but, you know, we all have regrets. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to the results and the opening of the Elite 8. Or the results of the Sweet 16, opening of the Elite 8, just to clarify. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take care, guys!